playing the guessing game. We're just gonna... I just wrote it as Boros. We're going to see once we see more of the list and what it's doing, so maybe we can come up with a better name for it. I did not ask Jamie, and Jamie, for those that don't know, is our Season 7 champion, so trying something a little bit different. I'm going to say it's not Burn, because it's running Boros Reckoner and stuff like that, but it's not quite the... what's that snow-covered deck? That's a red deck. Oh my gosh. Someone in chat, help me out. See, this is when I wish I had a co-caster. Snow-covered mountains. And it's got that one red spell that deals it. Scred! There we go! Scred red. I don't think it's quite Scred red. Thank you guys. You got my back. I was like, I cannot remember the name of that card. Oh, gosh. Scred, that's the deck. But I don't think this is quite it. It could be, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Could be Scred. Could not be. We'll wait and see once we get going with it. But I know for sure it's Burn. I don't know... Okay, I lied. I know who this is. Oh, it might be. Could be a prison deck. Could be that Blasphemous Act deck. Alright, hold on. I know who this player is now. I wasn't paying enough attention before. Now I know. Let me get him in here. There we go. Alright, hold on. Let's get some life. Wow, these players are going quick. He's taking 6, going to 14. We're going to say he lost 2 for that. 18, but gained 3. Back to 21. Whew, sorry. Okay. I think there's a chance it might be... this Blasphemous Act. I think it is, based on seeing the Soulfire Grandmaster. Is that another Helix? Oh, he's going to kill that off. Okay. So, 24. Man, things are going quick, guys. Trying to get going with it. I'm going to say it's the Blasphemous Act deck. Why show this brain death match? So, here's the thing about the way we show decks on stream. Oftentimes, we show players that have been winning their match. Oftentimes, we like to feature a variety of players that aren't just the same players over and over again. So that's part of it, and plus seeing different and unique decks too. That's part of the variety, because the whole point of Modern Magic Mondays is to showcase a mix of decks to be educational and entertaining, right? We want players to learn when they're sitting here and playing with us. So I don't know what this one is. Because you never know when you're going to go to a bigger event and people are going to play some silly decks like this. And I miss what that burn spell is. I'm assuming it's another 3 points of damage that he's going to be doing and dropping him down to 11. Ah, the spirit from... Okay. Thank you, guys. Yeah, again, if you're seeing stuff that I'm missing, and again, I was doing my best to kind of keep track of things. It's much harder when it's just me solo casting. Such a fast-paced match that these guys are having right now. But if you're noting something, again, you can always look up the cards that people are talking about. Exclamation card, whatever the card's name is, and it will give you full rundown. But players, of course, doing their best to keep me in line and remind me of cards that I'm forgetting about and missing. So I really appreciate you guys helping me out tonight with that. And I know for a fact our life totals are wrong because I got distracted so easily this match. Alright, so he says, here's another Helix. He says, I'm coming at you. 8 points of damage. We're going to say he's at 15 from that Helix. Somewhere close to that, maybe? Maybe? Maybe not. That's okay. Alright, Goblin Guide's going to come down. Eidolon's going to come down. He says, hey, I'm going to swing 2. Trigger, I get a land. I mean, Chandra here is pretty nice. You can push for extra damage. Chandra's going to hit the field. The Flame Caller, be able to make a bunch of guys, pushing for damage again. And we're going to be going to game 2. I'm going to say that Blasphemous Act over here was able to take it by being able to make 2 3/1 elemental tokens with haste to kind of push for that extra 6 points of damage there. So getting into sideboards. I mean, it's kind of like a weird, burn versus burn almost, but got more creatures on Jamie's side of things. Now, I had heard rumors of this deck that you could be able to do some shenanigans with, like, Hornet's Nest, right? I had heard that was a thing that people can do. Now, I had not seen this deck in action because I haven't been playing too much Magic Online lately. I know it's it pops up every now and again on Magic Online. It just like sort of resurfaces from time to time. People will play a silly deck like this and grind out. But it's, again, if in Modern right now, you can play whatever you want to play and you can still win, right? You play what you enjoy. That's what's the great thing about Modern, is that it doesn't have to just be, the same decks over and over again. So these players getting ready for game number 2 here. Seeing if the burn can get in there quick enough before those Reckoners get out and before things get out of hand. So the cool thing about Boros Reckoner, right, is whenever Boros Reckoner is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to the target creature or player. So you just be like, alright, hey, I can play something like Blasphemous Act, right? Or deal 13 damage to each creature, and then, oh, this Boros Reckoner will deal 13 damage to you now. Alright, getting things ready. Both players drawing up. Hoping for the best here. Yeah, it's like... It is very Boros-y, just like, hey, here's like burn, but it's also got this Blasphemous Act shenanigans thrown in here too. Alright. Kyle's going to drop down to 19. See if he flings anything on over. Says, nah, we'll just go to 19. Wow, this is a slow start for Kyle, much slower than last game. And here's a Mind Stone. Jamie's just going to pass on over, allowing Kyle to sort of continue along. He says, hey, here's a Helix. Alright, so I'm assuming he's going to go 18, back to 21, and drop Jamie down to 17. But Jamie's just sort of developing his mana here, getting things ready to go, trying to get as much built up as he can. Another land pass. So very reactionary right now from Kyle based on how things are developing at this point in time. Forbidden Orchid, I believe, again, is that... Yeah, so he says, hey, here's 4. Go to 13. And passes. Yeah, so he's just doing that reaction to what ever Jamie's doing. But Jamie's just going to draw a card, sack that. So he says, hey, you can be able to have that spirit now that I'm tapping this Forbidden Orchid for mana. And I'll play a Soulfire Grandmaster. Kyle's just going to fetch back down to 20. Soulfire Grandmaster is a sweet card. 2/2 with lifelink. You know, instant sorcery spells you control have lifelink. And he says, hey, I'm going to do 3 and 3. Alright, landfall. Now Jamie's got to decide. Says, hey, response, I'm going to deal 4 to you and gain 4. Oops, not 0, 6, 16. Oh, wait a minute. He didn't. He gave him indestructible. I lied. He gave him indestructible. Better to save it than deal that 4 damage, right? Says, hey, here's Skullcrack. Push you to 10. Lots of spells available for Jamie to gain some life, though. So I don't know if he wanted to hold on to that right now. There you go, Ryan. Keeping me honest. It's like, indestructible! He made it indestructible! It says, here's this one spirit. Here's the Swift Spear coming at you. It says, alright, I'll block. But you can't block the spirit because he's got flying, right? He says, hey, here's this Boros Charm. And he says, well, that's fine. I'll Helix this guy. And he says, I'd like to gain 6 life, please. And he'll lose 3. He'll lose all his creatures. No flying. Okay, so it's just a regular old spirit. Whenever I think of spirits, I always think they should be flying, though. So that's just, that's my bad. Oh, that's nice. Leyline. He says, hey, here's the Leyline. I'm coming at you for 2. I'm going to go back to 15. You're going to be at 18. Good luck. He says, well, here's a Swift Spirit. Yeah, that's true. Their spirits were weird because they could do all kinds of crazy stuff. Here's 2 damage. I do not know what that card is. I have not been playing very much Dominaria. I have no idea what that red card is. They were normal. Oh, there's the stuffy doll, guys. Ah, that's pretty cool. It says Helix this. Oh, he's got another one. It says this guy's even bigger. Discard your hand. And it says, hey, don't forget I got this stuffy doll. Any Tron gameplay? Not tonight, sadly. This is our last round for tonight. We do have some old Tron matches on YouTube, though. So if you want to head over there and look, you can simply search through our games that we've done and search for Tron. You can see a couple of the matches that way. But, of course, we can talk to our players and see about getting some Tron on camera. Because we do record up every Tuesday and then rebroadcast it on Monday. So tomorrow we will be recording a next round of footage. So the Flame of Keld going to be exploding here. So now if a red source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player this turn, it deals that damage plus 2. But he cannot target the player. So there's that. So that's going to be tough. And now Kyle's is sort of locked again, where he can't really get through the Boros Reckoner and the Stuffy Doll. And he's just got to sit here and kind of wait to die. Because here's another Boros Reckoner. And now he's just like, yeah. Oh, okay. Destroy that enchantment. That's pretty nice. This is... Now I can start dealing some damage. +2. Let's burn him. Boros charm you. There's 6. Puts you to 6. Stuffy doll ya. Deal 1 damage to you. Blow up this Mind Stone. Draw a card. Hey, there's the Blasphemous Act. It says, I'd like to make 2 more creatures. There's 8. He says, I'm going to Blasphemous Act, and I'm going to kill you with a lot of damage. And there it is. We got to see the Blasphemous Act shenanigans on camera, guys. Yep, it's a thing. Who would have thought? Stuffy doll, Boros Reckoner. Yeah, let's do it. Here, I'll make a bunch of spirits for you. Don't worry, they don't fly. So, good luck trying to get through. And, by the way, now that you got a bunch of creatures, and I got a bunch of creatures, I'm going to play Blasphemous Act, and you're going to take 13 for this Boros Reckoner, you're going to take 13 from the Stuffy doll, you're going to take 13 from this Boros Reckoner. Enjoy. Like, it's definitely a crazy deck to have to play against. Like, if you're expecting to deal with a lot of creatures and get it down on the ground and go that way, this deck has got some legs to it. Like, it's got that ability to kind of get in your way and stop you from going through. So, definitely something to kind of consider if you're looking for something new and different to be playing. But that was a little bit of a longer night tonight. We had 7 rounds tonight. Normally we do 4 to 5 rounds, but again, it's a 10-week long season before we break for the Invitational. If you guys wanted to check back any of our old matches, you guys can check those out on, of course, Twitch. We've also got our YouTube channel that you guys can be able to look up and see all the details for that. If you're watching on Twitch and you scroll down on our channel itself, you can see more links to the YouTube channel. We've also got a podcast that we do every so often called In Response To. All that's other good stuff. But again, if you like the content here, best way that you can support us is by hitting the follows, subscribes. You can check us out on Twitter down below. I'm, of course, am the Real Nan Man. I've got my co-host that's normally with us is Farm of Zoronar, and then the channel itself, Modern Mondays or Modern Magic Mondays. Of course, Brett, our co-host, is doing a lot of variety streaming, speed runs and stuff on his channel. I'm getting back into StarCraft scenes, StarCraft casting, as well as just other gameplays on my channel, so you guys can check that out. I'm playing some Sea of Thieves, some Hearthstone, a lot of other games over there, but all the Magic content that we produce is all going to be found here on Modern Magic Mondays. So, again, thanks so much for tuning in and watching, showing the support for the Modern scene, guys. It's a great format. I hope that you guys are getting a chance to go play, go out to regionals. I'll be in Maryland, so if you guys are there, come by, say hi, you know, let's play some games, all kind of fun stuff like that. But again, that's going to do it for us here tonight, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next game.